Good morning, everybody. I hope that this devotional today finds everybody well, and I mean that when I say well. I hope that it finds everyone well, and I hope today the word from the scriptures and maybe the things that I'll share will just be something that will encourage you. Anyway, I was thinking this week as it's leading up to Good Friday and Easter Sunday, that often there's things that are going on, especially in our world today, that kind of surprise us. And I think to myself, why are we surprised? And I want to read this. This is in the story of Jesus after he entered Jerusalem and he's going to have the Passover meal with his disciples. I'll read it to you. On the first day of the festival of the unleavened bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, where do you want us to go and make these preparations for you? And to eat the Passover. So he said to his disciples, telling them, go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you there. Follow him. Say to the owner of the house he enters, the teacher asked, where is the guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples? He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished and ready, and make preparations for us there. The disciples left, went into the city, and found things just as Jesus had told them. Interesting, eh? They found everything just as Jesus had told them. There were no surprises. It was just as Jesus had said. But yet I guess the question is, why are we surprised at so many things that are going on in the world today? And I remember years ago, this would have been 30, 40 years ago, driving to work on a gravel road close to where we lived. And there was an airplane right in the middle of the road. And I stopped, and I knew the pilot. And I asked him, I said, what's going on? He said, my prop broke. He said the top part of it, or the edge, it was just a single engine Cessna. And he said the end of my prop broke off and it started vibrating. He said, I knew right away what to do. He said, I just shut it off. And I said, weren't you surprised? He said, no, I wasn't. He said, I shut the plane down and I looked for a place to get down. He said, I either had to land here on the road or down on a gravel bar on the halfway river. And I said, and you weren't surprised? He said, no. He said, it was funny. He said, I remembered everything that my instructor told me. And I thought about that, and I thought, that's, the disciples, they found everything as Jesus had told them. There were no surprises. It was just like he said. He told them, it will also, we think about this week, he told them about his suffering. He told them about his death. He told them about his burial. He told them about the resurrection. He told them these things. He told them also, he knew they were human. He said, I know you're going to grieve. You aren't going to understand this. But he said, I also want to tell you that your grief is going to turn to joy. That's what he told them. He told them these things. Everything he said was true. You see, Jesus is the way and the truth and the life. And everything he said was true. And so why am I surprised? I think, why was Good Friday such a surprise? Well, I'll tell you that on Easter Sunday. But yet, while I'm here today, I guess the question is, why am I surprised when I'm troubled sometimes? Why am I surprised when I doubt? Why am I surprised when I fall away from God like the disciples did when he told them that they would desert him and leave him alone? But he said, the Father is with me, I'm not alone. Why am I surprised when we don't measure up, when we don't have the confidence in what we're doing and what we're saying? Why am I surprised at that? I think, we won't be surprised if we remember what he said, what Jesus said. Just like that pilot, I wasn't surprised because I remembered what my instructor said. And I think we won't be surprised if we will remember, if we'll just for a moment, when those things hit us about doubt and about fear and about trouble, if we'll just remember what our Lord said to us. And I just want to leave you with this. He said this, I will never leave you. And he said, I will never forsake you. I'll never abandon you. And so I think to myself, why should I be surprised when I know my Lord will never leave me? He'll never abandon me. Have a good day. God bless you.